Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm not dead. I was just really tired, and that's about it. So, a lot going on in my life right now, stress and stuff. So that's just where I've been. Anyways, let's talk about. We have a lot to talk about in this video because we have to talk about the previous banner. So we have Cecil here, who you probably have already looked at his kit, but I think this is the best Cecil we've ever gotten, and that's saying a lot because the 5-star one was quite good. This one's quite good too. So he has pretty much everything you'd want in a tank, but he also can do good damage. So that's pretty surprising, right? He can actually do good damage. He's up there in terms of being a damage dealer, which is crazy for being a tank tank unit. So this is pretty appreciated nowadays. The 88% attack and magic break. That's just like an emergency attack and magic break. Pretty good. Omni cover and also LB fill for 30 for all allies, which is good. 6% sword in peril. Also 100% fire aim field, so that's already very useful. The most useful thing that he has is the boost, which I don't think it's going to say here. Oh, here it is. He has a gigantic HP barrier for 4 turns, which is just absolutely insane. So he basically can tank anything in the game easily because that's a huge HP barrier, including he also has stop and charm resistance. So now all you need is status resistance. So that's pretty crazy, right? We're not even done yet because he also has to save yours and allies. You get 1,700, and then the overdrive is actually nothing that special. It's not really amazing or anything, but he's not SLB either, and he has meta damage. This is good damage. You can do multiple elements, so you're probably gonna be focusing on fire, which is fine. You can also do light. You won't get a strong amp or anything, but you can still do light as well. It's kind of crazy that. Oh wait, no, he has. Oh, here. He has multiple elements, amps. So you can use any of them. So you can actually stick with light if you want and just ignore the amp field if you want. So tons of positives. The HP barrier, crazy. Being able to be a magic tank on top of being a huge damage dealer is insane. So now it's not like, oh, it's like a dead slot. So they kind of fixed that. Especially in Dark Visions where you need tanks sometimes. They fixed that. So now this guy can do good damage but also tank everything. Because he has that gigantic HP barrier. Which I believe can't be dispelled, but I don't remember already. And also he has 2 Omni covers. If you get to EX2, he has 2 Omni covers. So you can basically Omni cover for 2 turns. Which is just absolutely bonkers, by the way. So yeah, this guy is getting... Oh boy, this guy is really good, isn't he? HP barrier is crazy. I tried pulling from it, I didn't get him. I went to the whole step up and didn't get him. That sucks, right? Also has a lot of killers. So you can probably build him for just attack, and his stats should be good enough to hold up. As long as if you're equipping a sword, you get some stats here. So I think he's gonna get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. 9. I'm not giving him a 10 just for the memes, but I mean 9.5 is basically the same thing, right? He's really good, and I wish I could get him, but hopefully I'll be able to get him before the banner goes away. Anyways, Golbez finally is getting a Neovision Plus version, and you probably already know about him as well, but he's a very strong magic damage dealer. Fire and Dark Magic Amp, 300%, good. He also has 50% fire, ice, lightning, and dark imperil field for the enemy. Very cool. 100% dark amp field. That's really good. 60% rod imperil. Yeah, he's got some good stuff here. Nothing like out of the ordinary, really. His leader skill is not very good compared to Cecil's, but that's okay. And then for Harbinger of Chaos Allies, which aren't very many, you get a gigantic LB damage boost of 600%, which is insane. The biggest problem with him is that he has Chaos Wave Awakened Chaining Family for some reason. So you basically have to bring another one, or you have to actually use Chaos Wave Awakened on a chainer to chain with him on his LB, because otherwise you have to like maneuver like in the old days where like you had to like weave in Chaos Wave Awakened with other chaining families to make it work, which I haven't done in a very long time. But I didn't pull for him. He's just okay. He's good. I almost said he's just okay. He is good, but I'm not gonna pull for him because Cecil's the better pull. So if for some reason you still haven't pulled, even though we're in the middle of the month at this point, you should be going for Cecil instead of Golbez because he's just the more value. Magic Tank, there aren't very many of them, and why wouldn't you go for it over just another damage dealer who is good? So I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10. Now on to the newer character. For the first time in a very long time, we're getting a jumper. Is the jumper good? Spoiler alert, probably not. You're probably more than likely going to be focusing on just using his LB, which is sad. But it's true, I believe. There's something like where you can like... Oh, here it is. Yeah. You can get... on his SLB, you can get 200% amp for all allies, which is quite good. And you can choose which amp you want. The bad part is that he's SLB, so that's a big detriment, but if you can overlook that, it's good, I guess. 6% Spear Imperil, which won't be favoring very many characters. 90% break, but we have 91 now with Sephiroth, so I mean it's still good to have this. He's alright. The jumping aspect is basically an afterthought. Let's see. His jump is right here, so 900 times, and then he gets. Well, we're gonna have to check some modifiers here. Remember that there's also some equipment modifiers that you can equip onto him. Does he not get any? Oh, it's. Let's see if the name change works. He doesn't even get any modifier buffs, so your only modifier buffs, I guess, unless I'm blind and I can't see it, because it's not here. There's nothing here. It's just LB mod buffs. So that's it. So it's just the 900 or what? How much is it? 900 times, and that's on top of the other smaller things like the Kamari accessory and the helmet and the vision. I don't think you would even use the vision card anymore. You'd probably be better off using a good stat card instead. But maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But he's good, but just the jumping aspect is just outdated. Jumpers still are not going to ever be good. They made Evokers good again. At least one of them were good again. And you know what the surprise? You know what made that character good is that they gave them more than 40 times or 80 times mod for an Evoker damage dealer. It was much higher. 100% lightning amp field, which is good. So you're basically focusing on just him being a damage dealer and also support with amps. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him an 8.75. This is the free, well, quote unquote free character. This is the FFBE boss character, so you can earn him, and nothing too special with the TMRs. That's basically the same. 2% amp, so they're starting to fall off a little bit because they're not getting 300%, but they basically get almost everything that other Neo Vision Plus units get. It's just that they don't get the same amp, so that's kind of a downside. To be honest, I don't think I've never used any of them, really. Any of these boss characters. It's nice to see them at least in the game, but there's nothing really here that sticks out to me. It's all the same stuff, basically. They're just copy and pasting. Oh, okay. So you can chain your Golbez with this guy, I guess. If you really wanted to, you could do that. Because he also has... Oh, he only has Dark... So you'd only be able to chain Dark with him, because he doesn't have 200% Fire Amp. Whereas Golbez had 300% Fire Amp and 300% Dark Amp. So nothing too special with him, but it's... They did this on purpose to chain with Golbez, because he has 32 hits. So anyway, Cecil is the mega pull. You want to pull for Cecil. Out of everything we just talked about in this video, you want to pull for Cecil. That's just like the bottom line. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that if you are someone who's playing the game right now and you haven't pulled Cecil, you probably should go chase for him. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you as always. I'm gonna try to post some other stuff too, because I want to post Last Cloudia content, and then there's Dokkan Battle content too. So I just had to find my time for it. Anyways, see you next video. Peace.